everybody, Artic here, and welcome back. So, we've got a few things that need to get done today, but first, we are going to have to kick this off with a time lapse, and we can talk about the rest while we do it. So let's go! This was an immense amount of work. It took me... Well, I think I've mentioned it later on, it takes me almost 9 or 10 hours. I mean, part of it was because I was multitasking, which is part of the reason why I did it the way I did. There's a lot of cuts in here where I had to cut out where I was standing AFK, because I kept getting called away. But still, this was a lot of work. If you remember, I believe I flew over it in one of the other videos, so you can see just a large chunk, and you can see it when we're done. This was just so much space to remove. But it was worth it. Now, the big thing's going to be afterwards trying to add stuff back in now that we're removing everything. So, I guess, goal 1, flatten the palette, or canvas. And then the next one would be just turning around and filling it back in. One of the biggest things I made sure to do was try and keep as much of the resources as I mined. Because I'm pretty sure a large chunk of that is going to go into some of my later builds. So it also brought around the realization that I'm going to need to, find more places to put all of that. But it's still the whole fact that I'm going to need a whole bunch of dirt, a whole bunch of stone, a whole bunch of everything else. Plus, I want the andesite, which I didn't realize how hard to come by andesite can seem to be when you look at how prevalent stone is. Which it's so hard to tell apart from stone when you're just looking at it, at least at a quick glance. But I want to build a road to the to spawn, which I think I might try and get a hold of Satya and maybe some of the others, and build something like a hub there at spawn, so that we can have just a cool little area, maybe just like a fort. I don't know. I just like the idea of a community area, so to speak. Not something that any of us would call a base, but a place that we could kind of meet together, trade, leave stuff for each other when we don't want to hunt down each other's bases, or just generally hang out, or maybe just even if it's just a community project, so to speak. It would also be nice for because we've had a couple people join, it'd be nice to, I don't know, put some food and some other stuff there, just so that new players to the server have something to start with. But it's all just an idea. I'm gonna have to run it by them and get their final input. Not that everybody's going to want that, I know better, but it's still an idea. It's still a potentially, good idea. I'm so happy with this. It looks so much better. Look at that. Look at all that open area. Zip right on through here. This makes me feel so much better. I mean, we're going to be building stuff in here, but till then, I'm so happy that looks so much better. I'm a little concerned about how much of that hill we have to deal with. We'll get to all of that stuff when we get to all that stuff. For now, the big thing is that we got this cleared out, and it was a lot of work. It took me probably close to that last bit that I had to get done. It took me probably close to 9 to 10 hours to get it all completely done. But it's all gone now. So, the last few things I have to work on when it comes to this till we do our next pushback on the woods which we'll probably do in a couple days. I just want to get some other stuff done first. Is going to be replacing this stuff. And that's going to be replacing this with this, because I don't want my ground to be all stone. I want it to be all grass. But we won't work on that right now. We've gotten enough done with all of the other stuff. So instead, I think there's two things I want to do. One is, well, I don't want, no, that's going to be another big time-lapse project too. Ooh, we do need to build a beetroot farm. Let me go ahead and feed the cows really quick, just because I don't want to get my numbers up as bad as I had them the other day, but getting them back up to something. Might go ahead and make some straw and then make a barn. One of the first things we need to do is, why do I keep doing that? I love how that kind of just makes a line. I need to deal with this too. But yeah, the steps were just a nice little way to deal with the two levels. I put some torches in this unintentional cave because I don't have the time right now to deal with all of that. So I figured it was a nice compromise. Also, that nether portal that we kept coming out of is right here. So that one linked up here for some fucking reason. So we are going to actually tear this one down. We don't need it anymore. This one's easily accessible. So I think that might be our next plan. And with that, that portal's gone. Here, I'm gonna just set that in here. Flip this a few times. It's still got carrots in there, so feed those guys. I need more villagers for a couple of the more buildings I want to make. One being a church, which I'm thinking might actually just go right here. Make a big church to fill it with the clerics. And then I'll probably put some houses, some huts and stuff along this river. More for design. They won't really have anything in them other than some lighting. But it'd just be nice to get that done up. And I can also worry about getting paths done and get some new bushes, because I did a raid the other day and the raid kind of took out all my decorations. So one thing I know for a fact I want to do with that church, it's going to require some additional material. So let's take a quick look at what I got. Alright, so I think my idea for this is going to be a mixture of these three blocks. And we're going to do it in here. And so let's get a rough perimeter set in. I'm going to back it up just enough for the beacon so that I also know we can get through here. I think that it's going to be big. But I'm also going to build this one probably bigger than, probably closest to my first really, I don't know if I'd call it quite a mega build, so to speak, but it's going to be my biggest one of all of these, and it's going to be the precursor, probably, to what's to come. Now you may ask why this color palette, and it's because I'm a little bit weird when it comes to stuff like this. And, ooh, right, that's something else I planned on doing. I have the lanterns to do it. I should just do it. Alright. We are going to get around to hanging these all up, but I want to. I'm also going to make some of the soul ones. At the moment, I don't like the idea of hanging them there. I'll deal with that later, though. At the moment, I just want shit to spawn less while I'm working. Anyways. Also, I think I know what I'm going to put on the inside of that. I haven't decided 100%, but I'm thinking... Oh, I hate when I do that. I swear the biggest reason why I picked the palette I did is I don't like the idea of making like a holy church. So if I'm going to make some sort of building like that, why not make it, you know, my own style? I will say I didn't quite realize how similar to bone the textures in smooth basalt is. Specifically the way that it kind of, well, I guess kind of like wood too, how it's kind of got that one-sided thing. It's cool. Just didn't quite realize how it would look. Okay, scale-wise, I think I like how this is looking. We do have to go out to the nether and get more of the material. So that'll put on a brief hold. I do need to make a wood farm of some sort so I can get the wood for the huts. And I still need to officially line out... Gosh, let's get here. I need to officially line out, like, I think exactly where my base is going to go, where the final structure is. Which I think right in here seems like a good idea. I'm not sure how far I want to go from this. I don't want to go far enough away that while I'm in my base, these machines aren't loaded. I should also check on this, because I really need to get around to just making this work. Yeah, see, there's a slime, so this is definitely a slime chunk. So I think next episode, we're going to just take the time to really quickly make our slime farm, because it's not like it'll take long to do this, and it'll be worth it. As for this one, I don't think that's going to amount to anything, so we won't worry about it. But this one, yeah, we're going to dig it straight up. That'll be its own bit of fun, because we're going to have to dig out up to level 40 and down to probably 5. We'll probably put the collection system down at 5. Right, that's another thing on my to-do list. Mob farm. Not sure where I want to do that. Actually, I think I know where I want to do that. If I do it right, I could do it right out here. I'm over water. I could do a quick run through underneath. I could just dig that, block this off on all sides. Dig that down to bedrock. Light up the surrounding area. And make that a... I think this will be on our to-do list. Although at the same point in time, I kind of need to make a storage system. Yes, I have a lot of things that I need to be working on. So, we need to get more resources for this. I need to upgrade my storage so I'm not looking quite so chest monstery. And I need to do some other work. Oh, I love the sound of bone blocks. Okay, so we are going to make some plans that probably aren't going to get done until the next video. But one thing that we are going to do is here, we're going to expand where I'm storing my stuff, like this. Go grab lantern just upstairs. But we're going to get some chests, we're going to get some decorations, and we're going to make this an actual, like, semi-organized storage area. I won't say it's going to be perfect, but I want to kind of try and start getting everything a lot closer to centralized on where it's all going to be. At least till the... What the heck? Enderman up there. Interesting. Means that must be very close to... Why did I do that? That means that must be very close to being exposed to... Or? Oh, shit. That was a weird place for him to spawn. I'm gonna do that for now. But yeah, the entire idea is going to be basically do this and just open all of this up. I love this pickaxe. Part of me hates it because it's not quote-unquote vanilla, but part of me loves it because it just makes everything so much easier. But yeah, we're going to fully flesh this room out. Probably out like this. I haven't fully decided the exact scale, so some of that is going to be subject to change. But for now, I'm just going to be happy to have... Because I've got so many chests, they're just full of... Like, some of this is sorted really well. Some of this I'm just running out of space, and so it's starting to get crammed wherever. And so I kind of want to... Because I'm going to need a lot of this stuff for the big base when we get there. So I kind of want to just get... I want to get the space for the storage now, so I can start stockpiling. So when it comes time to do the big build, instead of having to hunt down resources for that, it's just going to be build, build, build. And that was weird lighting of that. So feel free to give me your input on that. I think I've got a pretty good idea what I want to do. I've also got two other smaller projects in the rough works that should be getting done probably in the next 2 videos. So we'll have it probably done this. But for sure, this is going to be the first project of next video. Just getting this done. Because I need the space. I need the storage. This is... I mean, some of this is about organization. some of this is just about not having the space work. So we'll get that all taken care of. And I guess we're also gonna get these guys out of here. Wherever the heck they came from. Anyways. This is kind of shorter than I thought it was gonna be. So, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching. We will definitely get this done tomorrow. Not tomorrow. We'll definitely get this done in our next video, and possibly a couple other things. Because as I said, like, I want to get the church done. I got a lot of things I want to get done. And it's just trying to get the time. Freaking look like discount Thanos. So, storage room, resources for the demonic church, or, well, church, or what we're going to call it exactly. Wait a second. I have these. If I can get a good purple block, we can make it the Church of the End Dragon. That would actually fit. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some looking. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you like this, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Seriously. But as always, you guys have fun. I'll see you later.